F means first, F means favorite, and F means fulcrum. If you love sports, then look no further, come no extra, because focus sports will make you addicted. Around, it certainly comes around. Now, if you remember, the Australians, they went through a similar process of the VAR going against them, but this time around the VAR went in favor of them as they secured a 1 point against their opponents cast in the mode of Denmark. Now, Dennis, your prediction slightly was correct to a certain level. The reason why I'm saying that, you said it was going to be a stalemate. Of course, you had that one correct, but you said it was going to be a goalless stalemate. So, agreeably, I would say that I can give you 1.5 over 2. Would you agree with me?
Just that, in every system, there are always flaws. So, the pots I looked into, instead of missing 1-1, it looks like the 0. You see for the 0,
yes,
it is a circle.
Yes.
But half of it was, the soup. Some of the soup covered half of it. So I saw it as a 0-0, but instead of it being a 1-1. You get it?
You know, a lot. You are saying that human errors are allowed, but according to arguments here and there, that the VAR to some extent reduces the level of competition in men, or better still brings in. Makes the game boring. What is your viewpoint on that? Because we saw from the Australian game that from the penalties, the referee took quite a number of time before he decided to visit the VAR until the penalty came in. It stole a little bit of energy out of the game. What is your viewpoint on that?
Well, you see, Godwin, as we came here for the post-match between the Denmark and Australia game, I believe we would have surely discussed whether it was a penalty or not, and other discussions it has to do with it, if not for the VAR. So it seems as if it has taken, some bits of
argument out of
the game. It also takes the steam out of the match, because sometimes an incident has happened about 30 seconds ago, and the referee will now have to call back. The players will all have to be waiting in anxiety. And what even runs through the minds of the players at that particular time, only they know, and it can even affect their psyche. Going into the game, so they'll have to stand there for some 10 seconds for the referee to confirm. Even while the referee is confirming at the video from where he looks at it from, what even goes in the mind of the players, and how their hearts will even be beating. It's even different, especially the man who knows that he was the guilty person on that occasion.
The one who caused the penalty,
exactly.
Steve Paulson.
He has had to be beaten 5 times faster than the rest of the players. And you see, it will also affect you on the long run in the game, because you have also protecting them. So I believe it is taking some bits from the game.
Some bite out of the game.
But also, if it happens to you, if it goes in favor of you, you should.
It's the best decision ever.
It's the best decision ever. But if it goes against you, you say your words.
You'll be throwing tantrums.
Exactly. So I think this is the gist of what the VAR brings to board.
Now, a very strange stat about Maljedik. Now, you might be very much aware that as cool as a cucumber, he managed to plant the ball at the back of this from the penalty spot, regardless of the number of time or moments that the referee decided to visit the VAR and then spend some quality time over there. Now, anytime he scores a goal at the World Cup for the Australians, especially from the penalty spot, they fail to win. Now, should he stop scoring from the penalty spot so that they will be winning their matches?
But in this game, had he not scored, it was a loss. And also, we've seen Maljedik very, very accurate from the penalties from the sports game.
15 penalties, 15 scored.
Exactly.
10-10.
For country and nation, for country and club. So, he's amazing. So, once he gets the penalty, you have the points to, the chance to improve a point for yourself and your country also, because once he puts the penalty to go, then it is registered in his name. Even though it is registered for the country, a goal for the country, it is also registered in his name. So he's raising the bar high for himself. So I think it's good. But also, the Australians are a team who, in their last 5 competitive games, they haven't scored a non-penalty goal. So all their goals come from the sports, and that should be worrying. And they are playing at the World Cup, and they have 2 goals, and all these 2 goals also came from the sports kick. So now Maljedik is also closing the gap by Tim Cahill, and he wants to be the top scorer.
Yes, he currently has 3 goals for the
and all these 3
Australians
goals
at the
are
World
from the
Cup.
penalty spot. And against Netherlands, against France, and also in this game against Denmark. So I mean, he looks to be the penalty player. I mean, the Asamoah of
That's Samajan of their
exactly.
time.
Exactly, because Asamoah also has quite some number of penalties for us from the sports kick. I mean, against Serbia, against Australia themselves. So it's getting sports kick.
Now, one thing the Danish has proven to us that they are not the excellent side. They are not that prolific. They are not that clinical. But believe you me, they are going to work their socks off. They are going to give you their best. Their work ethic is superb. It's up there. But goal scoring seems to be a huge problem for them now. After getting their first goal in the game, somewhere around the 10th minute there, you would have thought that in the 7th minute, you would have thought that maybe they would have rolled on that particular lag and gone forward and win the game. But they failed to garner the momentum to get the results. Now, would you say that this is against their chance of qualifying, or you will say that it is the best result for them, taking into consideration they were playing France in their last game?
Well, you see, Gordon, they were playing against an Australian side which had lost their opening game against France. So, I mean, the Australians knew only one thing: we need at least a draw to keep our hopes alive. So, even after they had gone down in the 10th minute via the Ericsson strike, I mean, they had to do everything possible. They had to do everything possible, or humanly possible, or even impossible. Once it is not caught by the VR. I mean, some players have
there are some incidents that the VR, it escapes the VR.
Exactly. So once it can be done, they had to do everything just to get, I mean, they go and get back on track. So I mean, they were facing a side who were, I mean, they were highly spirited, or they were highly motivated to fight in the game. So I don't think it would have been that easy for the Danish side to just stroll over the Australians and get, I mean, an easy enough over them. That's why in the pre-match it's going to be a close game, because you have a side who do not want to exit the competition.
Certainly.
So they'll surely give off their best. I mean, 100% plus, even one, if it is possible, just to avoid the defeat, to mean their eviction from the World Cup. So I mean, they did just that. And you see, the Australians also, they are a side, they don't create much chances. If you would even watch this game, even though they had a lot of, I mean, openings to create chances, they barely created chances.
Now, on that score, would you say it's 1 point gain for the Australians or 2 points loss for them? Because they had quite a number of chances they could have buried and then gone on to win the game and secure 3 points for their tournament.
You know, when the game started, we would see that the Danish guys were getting, I mean, most of the decent chances. But after that penalty went in from Argentina,
it was all about the Australians.
It was a turnaround from that point. And the Australians had loads and loads of chances. I mean, the likes of Aaron Moy, the likes of Lecky, all for even Arsenal's came from the bench to get, I mean, loads of chances. And they could have easily turned them to very, very good chances to get goals. Even Aaron Moy himself had a shot from outside the box which went just slightly over the crossbar. So, I mean, they had chances to get a win. So, even though they were able to get a draw and keep their hopes alive, a win would have done them, I mean, more good, because they would have been on equal points with the Danish side, and then also equal points with the French national team who are going to play today. So I mean, a win would have done them good, but at least the draw is better than the loss.
So the draw is better than the loss. Now there were some key elements that I felt that at a point in time, since the Australians needed to win the game at least to secure themselves in this group, especially because, like you rightly said, the French they have 3 points, and also the Danish, they have 3 points. So had they won the game, they would have made the group very open. Now, if you have Tim Cahill on the bench, someone who has 5 goals at the World Cup stages, why don't you throw him on board to at least cause some commotion against a G3 defense of the Danish, so that he'll be able to get 1 or 2 goals, or probably lay on a pass to someone to get the goal for the Australians?
Well, you see, Gordon, I would agree with you at some extent, but also I have to bring this other points which, I mean, oppose it in a way. You see, when the level at which the game reached, especially in the last, let me say, 20 minutes, you would see that the steam in the game was very high. There was a lot of fire in the game. The chances were coming from end to end. It was more of end-to-end stuffs. You'd see the Danish attacking at one side, and then in the next 30 microseconds, it's the time for the Australians to also attack. So I mean, as you rightly said, Tim Cahill has almost no steam in him now. I mean, all he has to do at this World Cup is just, I mean, serve as a man who has played at 4 World Cups.
Yes.
The man who has played at
2006 he was there, 2010 was there, 2014, and this time around it's available.
And then motivate, I mean, the
younger ones,
the young chaps, just like, I mean, you had a certain players doing in previous years. So I mean, he can motivate the players. I mean, in 2010 we had Steven Apia. He didn't play much of the game, but he was at the
even you can talk of the Mexican team right now. That Rafael Marquez is serving as something of that sort.
He hasn't played at the World Cup since 2002. So I mean, that should tell the experience.
Massive experience.
Exactly. So you can surely do your work not only on the pitch, but
off the field. But when you know he's such a prolific player and your team is struggling to get goals, now why don't you throw him on board, take off the responsibility of tracking back, then just let him be on top, so that your other players, as in the supporting cast, the attacking midfielders and also the defensive midfielders plus the wing backs, will be able to get forward and get him the cross, so that we'll be able to do it, because it's good in the air, no doubt about that, and also quite good with his feet, both feet, left and right.
You see, God, it was a game where you don't just go in and then throw out all your arsenals as if that was the final game. I mean, I would have agreed with you 100% if that was the last game and they had no other game to play. But they were playing against these Danish guys, and I mean, the Danish guys, the likes of Josef Olsen and Christian Eriksen and Sisto and the lights. I mean, very fast players. When they hit you on the break, they are going very swiftly, and you need to track back. When you leave a man up front every time, you are going to lose something from your defense.
Okay.
Because you see, with how the Danish guys, how both teams were hitting on the attacks. When you are always fond of leaving a man forward, you are going to be facing against less people, because I mean, on the natural, even though when you leave a man forward, you have 10 men. Not all those 10 men will be at the back at that time.
Certainly.
So that means that a spot which was to be filled by someone will have, maybe Tim Cahill would have filled a spot somewhere in the midfield, but that spot is left open. So someone at the defense will have to go and fill a spot in that midfield. So once they
it will be creating gaps at the back line.
So I mean, since this is not the last game, he can't afford to throw everything out at this end, because it's only the second game. One more game against Peru to go, and that game won't be easy though. But I mean, since you have a game to play, why don't you cover up and then make sure that you at least have the hope of playing the last game, knowing that a win can get you out of the group stages. So I believe the coach didn't do all that well in keeping Tim Cahill, but I think keeping him also was not that bad, because I mean, he was able to keep his team up, and then they were able to hit on the counter breaks and also get a point from this game against the Danish side, and that's not very bad though.
No, that's not very bad, but going for the most important, better still, the cardinal point in playing group stages is to move out to the next stage. Now, how do you assess the chance of Denmark and also Australia in moving to the next stage? Now, Denmark for themselves, they are in a very good position. Like Sergeant Lee, they are drinking tea by now. Now, they have 4 points. You compare that to the Australians, they have a single point. So it means that come what may, ceteris paribus, all things being equal, they are supposed to win their last game against the Peruvians. Now, how do you see them going out of this group, which is seemingly open?
Well, you know, it will be very difficult to give you two guys or just even a team to come out of this group, because you have France in it with 3 points.
3 points.
You have Denmark with 4 points. You have Australia with a point. You have Peru with
no
0 points. And it is even very difficult for me to say it just like that Peru is out, because you saw what they did against the Danish side. Very, very decent squad. So I think in this group, we have to wait. It will be very, very, very early for me to just.
So you can't consult your oracle to give you the answers.
Not yet. I mean, the oracles are still in the process of getting out the needed things now. But
okay.
So I can't say point blank that this team will be making it, but I think for now, the Danish side, they do stand a chance, because with 4 points, as of now, and then having France to play, France so far. We saw what happened in the game against Australia. They haven't given up the best of themselves, even though they won the game. So I think that the Danish guys taking motivation from that can move into that final game and hope to play for a draw. And even if they lose that final game, the Peruvians might not even allow the Australians to beat them. So they can even still qualify on the ticket to the 4 points. So as of now, it looks like the Danish and the French are the favorites to qualify. But I can't say it point blank that they will qualify, because but it's very difficult.
So it means your oracles are not really giving their
processes yet.
Okay, all right. Now on that particular note, we are done with the recap of that particular game between Australia and then Denmark. At the end of 90 minutes, it was 1-0. They shared the spoils. One moment you had Christian Eriksen scoring a blast of an effort over there, and that notwithstanding, Mark Jedinak in the same half was able to restore parity as he scored from the penalty spot.